the first ever podcast. So I'm Queen LuOn. We are here with Jesse today, and we're just going to talk real shit. We're just going to have fun. We're going to see what comes out. We're going to see what kind of comes on. We're going to talk probably energy stuff and whatever the case may be. So, yay! Exactly. And we had an amazing morning, I gotta say, because we were trying to figure out how to actually start this whole podcasting thing. And as we started it, we had one problem after another problem after another problem. Oh, it was crazy. We were looking for chords. We were looking for all sorts of weird stuff, realizing, oh, right? It's like, okay, well, here we go. Let's ask ChatGPT what to do. And it tells us some interesting stuff and helps us figure it out. And oh my Lord. So, right, exactly. Exactly. Uh-oh. Okay, so I'm still being recorded apparently. But yes, we're having issues with figuring this out too. So, yeah. Here we go. Come on. Come back. Come back. Do 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 do. So we'll see what actually takes place with this. But yeah, fascinating. So yes, I'm going to, oh, here we go. She's starting up again. We'll see how this works. And we're back.
I don't know why it stops recording. It's really weird.
I don't know. It's the weirdest thing. But, you know, who knows what's going on in the whole computer energy waves.
Right. There is
the
a lot
weird
going on
stuff.
Right
we don't know. Right. Exactly. And so, yes. So Jesse's been helping me with business for quite a long time, and figuring out what is going to work with business, what is going to get the word out, what's going to happen. And in the process of this, all the energy stuff and the emotional crap came up, and it's been a roller coaster of all sorts of stuff.
Right.
It's been nuts, but it's been an amazing.
Everything, the emotions, the stress, the action, the energy.
Exactly.
It's a lot, right?
It's been a lot, right? It's been intense. Lots of different stuff.
Yeah.
It's so fascinating. So what has been? Okay, let's ask you this question. Let's talk real shit. So what? Yay! So what has been the biggest takeaway that you've noticed since you've been working with me too? What have you been noticing that, whatever, it doesn't matter what actually shows up. What do you think has been your biggest thing?
I'd say I never contemplated that before. Give me a second here.
No problem. Yeah, it's like putting you on the spot, right? It's like, let's talk.
I'm just always amazed in my life by synchronicity and, I guess, attraction is what you can call it. Like the wherever you are, conscious-wise, you'll attract people in your life, and I feel like I've attracted so many wonderful masters in my life, and you're definitely a master, and how things just keep circling back, like you never really finish. Did I just say that to you, or I said it to someone earlier? Like things will cycle back. You think you're like done with something, and but then it comes back into your life, and you have a whole new fresh perspective on it, a new vantage point. And so that's I've been in this position before of supporting somebody with technical and a new business in the realm of spirituality, and now it's I'm still doing it. It's come back around, but it's a different, a different setup, a little different, but it's cool, the evolution.
Right. Yeah, and I know you have been working to, as you've been working with other people, I've noticed that you've actually been expanding as well, and you're starting to expand into ways of thinking about Now, tell me if I'm wrong, but it seems like you're expanding in ways of actually doing your own business or expanding up to be able to create your own thing and you're
Yep.
figuring yourself out and stuff as well,
Yeah,
which is
because
amazing.
anytime other people have successes, then it's like, hey, that didn't look so hard. That wasn't. I helped with that, or I got to be part of that process. So it's like I got ideas for my own, you know, startups of things. Um, but I'm, still in the position of you of balancing the emotion shit and baggage shit. I don't know. The blocks. It's just like
Mhm.
why is this not going?
Yeah, it's been crazy. I mean, we've been just throwing spaghetti at the wall and going, okay, what's going to stick? Here, let's try this one. And here, let's try this one and seeing what's actually going to work.
Right.
And nuts. It's
Yeah.
been so transformational. It's
But
been
at the
so
same time, like
incredible.
you don't regret any of the spaghetti that you've thrown because there's a takeaway always. You learn something and it adds and connects to everything else. You know.
So true.
What about
So true.
your big takeaway so far?
My big takeaway was when I started working with you, it was about basically an emergency because my website was not working anymore because it just, the people who are running it weren't running it anymore. And then it literally crashed. And
Right.
I'm like, oh no, this is how people make appointments with me. What the heck am I going to do? So it was like emergencyville. And so you helped me put things back together and
Right.
create basically a new website to
Right.
be able to get things moving in the right direction. And then it just kept expanding. But the thing that was struggling for me being an energy human,
Mhm.
my biggest takeaway was I had to figure out and get my emotional shit out of the way. I had to figure out how to balance the energetics that I've always worked with for eons, my whole life,
Right.
with the computer energy
Yeah.
world.
Yeah. I'm
And
still
that
working on
was
that.
fascinating because my mind
Yeah.
didn't want to connect that way. It
Yeah.
was literally, and I remember in the beginning, it was like pulling teeth. I'm like going, I would get this blank look on my face. Huh? I don't know what you were talking about. What? I don't get it. That kind of thing. And you were like very calm,
There was like this
amazingly
period of
peaceful
time
with
of
me.
just like
Right?
nothing's going through.
Yeah, nothing was going through.
And then
And I would
suddenly
just
it
sit
was
there
all
and
there,
go,
and you're like, and I'm
I
like, wow, you're
gotta,
actually doing
right.
it. Like you got it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like, oh my gosh, I got a headache now. I can't do this anymore. Okay, we gotta stop, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it was fascinating to me for it was like months and months of just beating my head against the wall trying to figure this out and learn this stuff like what the hell?
I know.
And then all of a sudden,
Perfect.
yeah, all of a sudden just one day it was like fascinating. All of a sudden it just went click and I woke up the next morning and my mind just clicked in a different way. And it's like it just expanded instantly. And all of a sudden, I had this weird download of something. And I got on the computer and I understood everything you were trying to tell me. And I changed the entire thing. I did tons of different pages and finished this up and finished that up and figured it all out. And
Right.
then you came back the next week and you're like, what the hell? And I'm
I
like,
know.
yeah, it finally clicked.
Where I was like, okay, you need to go here, and usually that would be like a process of explanation of how to get there, but you just went there. So it's
Yeah,
like, oh my God, she's getting it now.
it was crazy. And being the energy human, because I've always struggled in school. I'm dyslexic, and I always struggled in school trying to learn new things because I would flip things around. It was really difficult for me, and
Right.
so it was interesting learning that when you actually grow some neural pathways in your brain and you actually are learning and doing different things, it's painful. Oh, it's painful. But yet, the more you do it, the more your brain starts to connect that way. And
Right.
it just starts to go in without it actually causing pain anymore.
Right.
So, as an energy human, I
Yeah.
encourage you, if you are too, just keep doing it, doing it.
Right.
It's very
The big
fascinating.
blockers are the self judgment, right? And
Yeah.
I'll judge myself on timing or something. Like I'm not moving fast enough to
Right.
get anywhere. It's pointless. But um, have the patience of a god or goddess, right?
Right. Right.
And love yourself through every bit you can. That's gonna make it easier.
Right. Oh my gosh. So much easier. It's
Yeah,
craziness.
yeah. I mean, that's cool. That's a cool part, unique part about you is your unique way of learning. The
Yes.
dyslexia or whatever. It could be an advantage. If turned at the right angle.
True. True. And who knows? Maybe this is going to be the thing that works. I don't know. We're just trying it on for size and throwing the next spaghetti at the wall to
Right.
see what's actually going to get it to work, if that makes sense. And get it. Because, I hear in business, oh, just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. And yeah, I guess you could, but you got to figure out in business which thing actually is your thing.
Right.
What
Right.
is actually the thing for you. And it's like you have to go through all the different,
Like,
yeah.
if only we could just completely copycat each other and
Oh
that
my God,
works well
right?
or something, but it just
Yeah.
doesn't.
But then you're not real.
Exactly.
Not another human being. It
Exactly.
just doesn't work. It's
Well,
like, because
no.
then people get this weird feeling about you and go, I don't know about that person. That's a little odd.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
and so people know. People are energetic at
I know.
heart. We have a energy soul that runs our bodies. And so
Yeah,
we feel that from each other.
we do. And yeah, I'll yeah, I'll see that, and I'll pick up on that energy too. I'm just like, no, no, you're just copying. Like it's not. I want to see you. I don't want to see you trying to be this person.
Right.
Right.
So true. So insane. I know. It's so true.
We haven't had any issues with me disappearing again. No.
I know this is good. Yay. So maybe this was just in the energy waves of, computer world. Who knows?
Energy
Right? The energy waves.
waves.
No, I love that. That's kind of fun. The energy waves. Yay. Yes. So fun. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Is there something else that we want to speak about? This would be the cool concept of having, if we're doing this on a Zoom, on a live or something, and
Right?
then someone says, "Oh, talk about this." Boom. Okay, we'll talk about
Right,
this.
right,
Yeah,
exactly.
and have conversations there because, yeah, it's interesting. We just kind of go with whatever shows up.
Right. It's funny how it's different when you're on camera versus when we're in person. We're like blah 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 blah
Oh, it's so different. It's kind of like, yeah, I let me see, what's my take on it? I think my take on it is there's a little bit of the uncomfortability of, oh, someone might actually see this. Oh,
Exactly. That's what I
like,
started
oh my
thinking. Like, you
gosh.
should actually
Oh,
put this up.
right. And I think the other part is, energetically speaking, it's a little bit more, yes, we're communicating. It's kind of like talking on phone a little bit,
Yeah.
but yet you're not in the presence of the other human.
Yeah, I know it's very
So you
different.
don't feel the
It's like a
energetics as
conversation.
strongly.
Yeah. It's just
Yeah.
like just a video on my computer. It's like,
Right.
is that even real? I don't even know. It's
I
like
know. It's so funny. Exactly. So yeah, so I'm playing with the idea and I'm looking things up of actually doing something not just on computer but also in person. Seems to be those things are a little bit more stronger,
hmm.
energetically speaking. So I'm figuring out what needs to actually happen there and I'm looking things up and buying a couple things. So
Yeah,
yeah, we'll see.
yeah, yeah.
Because
The in
yeah,
person, I always prefer. I mean, I know the online world has really. It's like it just keeps going and expanding, and a
right.
lot of people do stuff online. A lot of people, and it's great that we can actually, yeah, connect. Like I could take a class from someone in China or something if I wanted to. Um,
Yeah.
but I still my preference is in person because it's just
Right.
the energy is different, right?
Yeah, it
It's
is. You know, speaking about that, something that I've learned and seen in the whole, since we're talking about energy world,
Right.
something that I've actually seen is, some people are comfortable with other people in the same space.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that there's other people, because they were raised in the computer world, that are not comfortable in front of other humans anymore. It's
Oh.
like they literally lost the ability to communicate.
Yeah.
And my sister's kids are kind of that way. They communicate this way. They
Right.
communicate on cell phones via
Yeah.
text and stuff. But when
Right.
it comes to actual communication, it's like it was starting to become a lost art.
Yeah.
And
Not crazy.
yeah, it's fascinating to me. And it's interesting in the way, and this is my theory. This is just a theory, but this is my theory on it. My theory is, when we were kids and we were around a lot of other kids, and we had to be forced to be together and say, guess what? You get to learn how to communicate with each other. Yay! That kind of thing. And we had, problems and this and that. And then, as kids grew up and it was more this way,
Yep.
because the energetics is different between this and being on the phone, it's like you didn't learn the other energy skill.
Yeah.
You didn't learn how to pick up on verbal cues, or the feeling of this and what that actually means.
Yeah.
And so there is a lack of figuring out, kind of like what we were talking about before, the figuring out the energetics in the computer and how it actually worked. And there was like a switch in my brain that needed to be switched on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it's kind of like,
That's
I'm thinking that's
switched.
very similar.
Yeah,
It's,
it is.
yeah, and it's very uncomfortable.
Right.
Yay, uncomfortability. So yeah, and just for those who are watching, if anybody's watching, I don't even know if I'm going to put this thing out. This is just first one, yay,
Number one.
that kind of thing. And didn't even get Jesse's, yes, can we actually do this? No, we're just playing right now. So
It's a test slash. Actually,
it's a test one. Yes, tester. Yes.
Tester.
So exactly. So if anybody's watching this or anything like that, it would be my interesting take on it is, realize that it's going to be painful at first with that moving into switching that communication vibe, or figuring out the energetics to actually communicate with other people.
Right.
But when you do, it's going to help your relationships so that you can actually have lasting relationships if you want a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or if you want better relationships in work, and that kind of thing, is learning that skill of, yeah, and how to feel. Oh my gosh, right? I know, because emotions are huge in this role.
Yeah, and that was
Yeah.
a realization over time for me, because I
Yeah.
grew up with the computer. Like my dad got his kids on computer pretty early on, even the 90s, early 90s, big box computers, Amiga, playing games, and then on to like Windows PC computers, and but he was on the computer all the time, so that's a separate issue, but of the my attachment, father attachment issues. But that was a huge realization, is that um, it cut me off from feeling my own emotions and just being emotional. It just turned off my emotions when I got into the computer. And when I started getting into relationships, and I started to realize, see that I wasn't able to feel anything, whether it was feel love or feel happy or feel sad, and that was feeling really weird. I was feeling kind of robotic, in some ways. Just really, I mean, sometimes there's an advantage to being neutral. Neutral has its advantages, can keep you pretty well centered. but also like that slowly just gets depressing over time if you can't feel anything else other than neutral. So, um, but I've always had a strong pull to spirituality, and that's, I think, saved me in some ways. Is choosing to work on that, you know. So I don't even know how it's going to be for the newer generations. Um, Plus, like the trauma that they get just being that they get exposed to, like,
In what way?
well, um,
What trauma?
it's kind of like trauma sometimes that we even pick up on sometimes when we're like flipping through shorts, video shorts, or YouTube videos. Sometimes you land on something and you're like, whoa, I did not want to be in that energy, you know?
Oh, really? What do
Yeah.
you notice?
Well, just something weird, or so, like maybe it's like animals murdering each other or something. You know,
Wow.
some sort of thing pops up that pulls your curiosity. You think it's going to be one thing, and then it turns out to be something like violent, or something that's just like, whoa, twisted. And now that we have AI, so now AI is playing into this. So now it's like, you know how these kids are
Don't
like,
know if real or not, huh?
yeah, they won't even know if it's real or not.
That's true.
It's a very interesting new level of challenge for them,
Yeah, no kidding.
for everyone, really. Right? What is real?
Right.
What is
I know.
real?
We're discovering computers for the first time with AI. Yay! My lord.
Yeah, yeah. But um, I think so. I think as we increase the technology, it's super important for us to amp up on our spiritual. Like, otherwise, we're just gonna fuck ourselves over.
So true. So true.
Like,
Oh my
it
gosh.
almost seems like it's swinging in that direction already. I'm like, we're not ready, but
Yeah,
you know what? Like, let's give it our all, I guess, at this point.
right. Right.
At least I'm gonna keep trying to focus on my consciousness so that I know what's real.
Yes.
You know?
You know, that was the most fascinating thing about when I was growing up as well. Mainly just because I didn't know what I couldn't listen to myself, if that makes sense. My gut instinct was so off because of trauma, because of all
Yeah,
sorts of different weird stuff.
yeah,
It's like I had to reconnect myself, and I did that through spirituality as well.
right.
I had to reconnect myself into my own personal gut instinct so it could tell me the truth.
Yeah, right,
So,
right.
yeah, that spiritual part, which is also half emotional because our
Yeah.
spirituality is connected into how we feel.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it was just massively important to reconnect into that. And I've been working with my clients with that for years, and it's helped
Yeah.
tremendously. But it's been fascinating into the way of, how do I say, noticing where the pinpoint is
Mm-hmm.
of what the personal trauma is and where it actually connects into. Because trauma is one thing, right? But it
Right, right,
connects into our energetic, physical body in
right.
a particular place
That's true.
or in a particular thought
Yeah,
or in a particular event.
right.
And then noticing where that is, that's when we're able to actually shift and change it. But if we don't notice that,
We don't have
don't know where it
awareness.
is, and we don't have a good enough connection with our gut instinct to help lead us there,
Right.
that's where things create problems, and it just that's where our life goes. And then we're just faced with all this, what the hell am I supposed to do moment. So,
Speaking on gut feeling and intuition,
mhm.
you've been tapping into the that feminine, that women used to be in power, and I feel like
Yes.
women have a lot like it just seems to be like I know more intuitive women than I know intuitive men. Okay, I'm just
Right.
saying.
Right. And
Like
you
it's
know,
more
I
of the
think,
feminine energy. It seems like there it serves or supports.
oh, correct. Totally. I
Yeah.
actually, my theory on the whole thing is I think it just has a lot to do with the fact that we are, as females,
Yeah.
can actually create. We
Right.
create babies.
Right.
Oh my
Right.
gosh. I
Not
think we're
just
just tuned in a different way.
right.
And so we just kind of have that innate nurturing connection.
Compassion.
And yeah, and we just, now, not to say that men don't have that, of course they do, but
Yeah.
I think it's a little
Well, and
different because
men
the
can have
drives are
feminine
different.
energy.
Say that again, sorry.
Men can have feminine energy as
Right.
women have masculine energy, right?
Exactly.
But like we're the physical embodiment, right? Like full physical
Right?
embodiment.
Exactly. So
Have a
true.
baby.
You're right. And I think it's because women are very unique, because I've learned through the years, now makes sense. We kind of know this, but I'll just kind of re-say it. But women ourselves, we are never the same creature from 1 second to the next. Our entire bodies shift, our hormones shift,
Every week we're a
everything
different bitch.
everything changes. We're never the same. We can be amazingly compassionate and loving and, oh, that's so sweet. And then we can get triggered and wow, we turn into this rip roaring, what the hell, kind of thing the next moment. And then someone calls, oh yeah, everything's great. And it's like we can connect
We
from
can
one
move
second to the
around.
next. Like, holy shit, yeah, energetics.
Energetic.
So we just do this weird stuff, feminine wise, that men just kind of go, yeah. I don't know what you're going to do, so I'm just going to sit here for a moment and
They
watch this.
hate some of them. They're just terrified of it. They don't like because you can't control, you know,
Well,
something that's
yeah, and
unpredictable.
right? And I was married for a number of years, and there were times when, and right around our periods, it gets
Yeah.
even more so. So I would just look at my poor husband's eyes and just see him go, and I was like, sorry, I'm trying to do my best here. Please excuse me to another room while I deal with this emotion. And he's just sitting there with bright eyes, like, what the hell? So it's like, yeah, females, we do understand this, don't we? We don't
Yeah.
want to scare our men, but sometimes we kind of do. Like,
They're just, I mean, hey, they don't stop coming.
right? I know our emotions never stop, never stop. Oh
It's
my
like they hate
goodness, it's
and love it at
crazy.
the same time.
Yes. Well, if you think about it, it's like a constant drama. It's like
Right,
you just
right.
never know what's going on. Oh, what's the drama going on today? Let's watch Days of Our Lives today. So it's gonna, you just never know.
Days of our life.
But I have noticed one thing. Being an
Mm-hmm.
energy creature, I have noticed that being a female in particular,
Yeah,
when we do things to balance our emotional state out, an actual event, we do stuff on a daily basis.
yeah,
We do things to actually bring ourselves back into meditation or writing in a journal or just doing something that actually refocuses us and our intention.
yeah.
It just calms things down, man.
And it's a
Oh,
powerful calm. It's like it's a
yeah.
strong calm. I don't know how to describe
So
that.
true.
Yeah, unmovable
Right.
calm.
Exactly. Yeah, we can just kind of sit there and go, hum. Just feel the hum of energy through our system. Like hum. It's like,
Yeah,
yes, we're
relax.
good.
Yeah. All is love again.
Yes. Yay.
Yay!
Love.
Well,
Woohoo.
I have noticed my one friend Emily, her intuitive gifts really lifted off after she had her kids. Like it was during the experiences of birthing her kids that it really um, launched off her intuition a lot.
So it hyped up her intuition more when she had her kids?
Yeah, I mean,
Really?
I just, um, yeah, because like she had, I think for two of them, she had a dream of them visiting her before she gave birth to them, and I've heard of similar experiences too with other people, and um, I don't know, just having that experience of carrying of that close of a connection, intimate connection with another soul in that way.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, my sister had that too.
yeah,
I've heard a lot of that.
yeah,
I actually have heard of women who've had dreams about what their child looks like and
yeah,
what their name is supposed to be too,
yeah.
which
That
is
was one of the
interesting.
dreams. Yeah, the
Yeah,
child came and told her his name.
yeah, yeah. I remember, now I know this is kind of personal, so please bear with me. So sorry, peoples. But years ago, I had a miscarriage, and I was extremely, extremely close to this child when
Oh,
I actually knew the moment I conceived.
really?
I actually knew something was different and I felt someone else with me. And,
Wow.
because I was energetically in tune at that point,
What like when the soul entered was
mhm,
there present?
yeah, I
Wow.
actually felt it because it was interesting to me where and I thought I was a little insane at first, but then the more it came and then I missed my next period and I'm like, oh, this makes sense. Because I was literally having conversations in my head
Yeah.
with this soul. And I knew female, I knew her personality. I
Oh.
felt all this stuff about her. It
Wow.
was fascinating. And I
Wow.
got so close, and she would tell me what to do, what to take, because I was trying to hold on to her.
Yeah.
Um, and there was something within my body that just wasn't willing to hold on to her for some reason.
Yeah.
So I figured out later I had never gone to the doctor about my blood work.
Yeah.
And so the blood was actually not matching. And so my body kept trying to, think it was a foreign entity. So kept trying to get rid of her. And she was trying to help me hold on to her, but
Yeah.
I didn't know about blood work back then.
Yeah.
I had no idea. So eventually I did end up losing her, but it was
Yeah.
fascinating to me, the connection, because
Yeah.
I felt her and I felt her energy, felt her spirit, felt her consciousness. It was really interesting
That's
when
incredible.
you're tuned in.
You never
It
told me
was,
that story before.
yeah,
That's
well,
cool.
it's kind of personal, but
Yeah, that is.
it was
Yeah.
an amazing
That's an amazing
consciousness.
experience.
Yeah, it was a very unique experience. It was very interesting.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it told me how much my husband loved me too,
Really?
which was very interesting. Yeah, because it was um, we were having troubles,
Yeah.
and so it allowed me to realize how he wasn't really connecting with me or this new whatever he was in his,
Right.
scared of becoming dad moment or whatever the case may be.
Right. Right.
It was
I'm sure that
it was a
happened.
fascinating time in life. Yeah, it was kind of interesting.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, connection. Yeah. Whew.
I remember
But
one
yeah.
time like having a dream. I don't know if it was, yeah, I don't know if like, I haven't really ever been fully aware of like miscarriages or anything that I've had. I know I've had like heavier periods. We're getting really personal here. Just kidding.
Right? I know. I hope we're okay, men. If anybody's
This
listening
is a
here, please
women's
bear with us here.
show today.
We won't get too graphic, I promise.
But I did have a dream of like holding a baby in my arms and
Mhm.
um, being so happy and uh, I don't know, it was such a beautiful dream, but I don't know if that baby's still yet to come or if that baby tried to come.
Well, I'm a firm believer that they actually do come again.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
am a firm believer. I have personal evidence of that one. That was
really?
really interesting. I had a miscarriage and then they showed up here in life because I recognized and
Wow.
felt the spirit. So it was,
Wow.
so I can't say to everybody and every spirit or every
Right.
being that comes through, but I can speak to some of them do.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah,
Yeah, it's interesting.
beautiful.
Talking about creating life, right? Whew.
Women are women are fucking awesome.
I think so.
I think
I claim that we are.
and we get to like uh, bring back feminine energy.
Huge, huge.
I know
I think it's
I'm gonna
important.
make a concentrated effort to concentrate on my feminine energy and take care of it, you know, because like I tend to swing into the masculine.
Oh, I do too, because I'm in business and everything. You kind of have to be your strength and hold your boundaries and all that stuff.
Yeah, but the feminine is really, really healing and
Yeah,
really serves to take care of that and keep balance,
right.
you know, with it. Because
And you know,
both sides have power, you know.
right, exactly. Oh my goodness, so true.
Yeah,
And I think there's an interesting take on being able to be you and be that energy self, male or female, and still be able to hold boundaries.
right,
It's fascinating to me how much more I'm attracted to humans who know how to hold boundaries.
right,
It's like I'm like,
right.
oh, that is awesome. You feel like this
Oh my God.
power with this human being. And you can tell over videos, you're watching TikTok or YouTube or whatever the case may be. You can tell the humans who can actually hold that boundary and be able to communicate and the people who can't. It's the people who hold boundaries hold my attention
Right?
so much
Me
more.
too. I have a lot, like super appreciation, even if it's a boundary that I got pushed back over, you know, where
Right?
I'm still like appreciative, you know, I don't even get offended. I'm like, wow, like good for you. Like I overstepped your boundary.
Right?
You
You
fucking
kind of
shut
live
me
in awe.
up.
So true. It's like, and I think where it comes from, this is just my interesting point of view on this, but I think where it comes from is the fact that we all want to be, how do you say this? I don't know how to actually say it. I'll just kind of say it in another way. When we have our parents, right? And when our parents say no or yes in a loving way,
Right.
when they hold boundaries, I know I felt more caretaken and loved
Yeah.
when my parents would actually hold boundaries.
Yep. Yeah.
And it's kind
I
of
agree.
like you get to experience that love, that holding
Hmm.
even more when you actually hold boundaries. I
Right.
think it's just awesome.
It's so true. It's true.
And I
Interesting.
think it's a thing where we get to learn too, where it's like, oh wow, I want to do that. I want to be like that. And it's kind
I
of like, oh, that's cool. And
know.
yeah. So even if it's like people are like holding boundaries and saying no,
Yeah.
it's still in awe. Now, there are the assholes who are just, and kind of beat up on you and when holding boundaries, and you're just like, oh, hello, kind of moments like, okay, their emotional crap is coming out to actually say hello.
Right.
But, the people who are confident in themselves and are caring and holding boundaries, those are the ones that I'm just in awe of.
Right. Right. Well, you know, I've been on like I said earlier, astrology kick.
Mm.
Um, I'm Aries, so everything's out in the open. Like I will tell you, no shame, anything and everything about me.
And I love that, by the way.
But then I realized that like that I get lost with my own boundaries of like
Mm.
with that, you know, in some ways of like, did I just overshare? Did I, um, you know what I mean?
I
Whereas
do.
like so Aries is a warrior, right? As
Hmm.
well, like we're just ah,
Yeah,
out there,
right.
bright light. But then
Hmm.
Scorpio is a warrior too, but Scorpio like blocks and keys, like locks up so much and will not share. You know, everything's more secretive, and they're like really strong on like defensive way. You know, so I think they like are hella good at actually holding boundaries. They're like the
Well,
warriors that can hold strong boundaries in that way.
it's so true. Yeah, it's so true. So I'm Libra Scorpio, just for people who know.
Oh,
So I've
really?
got the balancing. Yeah, I've got the balancing act
Scorpio
of, you
rising?
know, no, I'm both. So I'm like right on the
Oh,
cusp.
you're
So
right in
I'm
the
Libra and
cusp.
right on the cusp of Scorpio.
Oh,
So I've
okay.
got the balancing of Libra,
Yeah.
and which is basically you're always trying to balancing. Yay. And then you also have which is, the love and the Venus and all that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
then the Scorpio aspect, it's interesting how you say that they can hold boundaries really well. There is a interesting thing with Scorpio I've noticed with myself. I'm
Yeah.
really good at holding boundaries, and when somebody, uh, puts me in a corner,
Yeah.
I know exactly where to bite them. And I know how to actually get myself out of the corner. However, the problem is I get a little too secretive and I
Mm,
don't share enough in certain situations.
yeah.
And it can be good in some instances and bad in others.
Right.
And the most
Right.
powerful relationships I ever had were the ones where people were able to actually um, get me to
Pull out.
open
Right.
when
Yeah.
when I'm like, nope, kind of thing.
Yeah. Interesting.
So, yeah, it's an interesting balancing act
I've
for
been.
sure.
That's what my FYP's been on is full of is Scorpio Aries relationship because yeah.
Right?
Because there's currently a
Exactly.
situation right now
Right?
with that
Oh, and we got
Aries
him,
path.
man. We got to figure out the balancing act of him for sure.
And it's like such opposites, like both warriors, but in such opposite directions.
Right?
But yeah,
Which
like
is in ways can be
they
good.
attract each other in that way,
Right.
right?
Right.
Like you love that I'm just blah 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 blah. I will tell
Hmm.
you every secret I have. No, no holding back, whether you want to know
Right?
or not.
Yes. Yes. It is good in a way, and it's kind of like we get to learn how to I don't think it really matters 100% what we actually put out there and share. I
Right,
think it matters how we're able to be okay with what we share.
right,
Because if we're good with what we share, it doesn't matter if someone tries to switch it or turn it or, tries to
right.
get back at us or whatever the case may be.
It's true.
If we own our stuff
Yep.
and know who we are, then we can just kind of look at them and go, oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Instead of actually getting tied up into the emotional stuff of it and go,
Exactly. Because
oh,
like
how dare you.
some people are just no matter what they're no matter what's thrown at them, they're gonna choose victimhood. They're gonna be the victim,
And
and
I think that has
you
a
can't. You
lot to do
can't.
with how,
They got to get themselves out of that. You can't. I
right,
mean, you can support as much as you
right.
can, but sometimes it's just like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a learning curve of relationships and knowing your own emotional stuff.
yeah, your
And
emotions.
I think, and my interesting take is I think energetics are, yes, it's the energy moving through our body, right?
Right.
Obviously,
Yeah.
because once we pass, we look different. Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah.
So it's the energy moving through us, but I think the way it ties into our physical form, this is just my interesting point of view, but I think the way it ties into our physical form, at least one way, has to do with our emotions.
Hmm.
And if we are not fully aware of what our emotions are trying to say or how we feel our emotions,
Right.
then our system and our life is a little off.
Right. So true.
Yeah. Now, with that being said, since we're here,
Yeah.
with that being said, I think it has an interesting take on the fact that emotions. Okay, deep breath. Wiggle toes. Right?
Wiggle the toes.
I, yes. So I think it has a lot to do with, gosh, guess I'm not supposed to say that. Ooh. Okay. So, as an interesting point of
Ooh.
view, something that I have actually learned as I, evolve and become me and do things and all that kind of stuff, I'm really tuned into my gut instinct.
Right.
And I've kind of trained myself to know what,
To say and not to say.
yeah, it's
Right.
weird. And it's interesting to me how if the energy itself kind of blocks my mind
Yeah.
and all of a sudden my mind goes blank, I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I'm not supposed to share that.
Right. Right. Just
And
let
it's like,
it go.
okay, I listen.
Right.
So I've made a good enough relationship with that gut instinct, that intuition, that subconscious being, that
Yeah.
when things actually happen, it's like going, okay, here we go. Instead of trying to force it, because
Right.
that's when we kind of mess up, right?
Right.
Instead of forcing it, I've
Right.
made a good enough relationship, and I'm sure other people are able to do this too, or maybe you're still learning how to do yours.
I think
But
I'm still learning.
right, exactly. But when that happens, I stop and I go, okay, deep breath.
Yeah.
All right. Nope.
Nope.
It just disappeared out of my brain. Apparently I'm not supposed to go there. Okie doke. I won't
All good.
I won't
All
force it.
good. I know I
So
gotta probably work on my awareness of that. I am
yeah,
careful. I know I am
I'm working on it.
like, am a more, because I'm emotional. I have Cancer moon, so I'll like hurt my own feelings all
Hmm.
the time, you know, or like, or like, I'll like if I say something that causes someone to feel bad, then it like, makes me more careful with my words, and so I've grown up like that. Um, but at the same time, yeah, like also people are gonna choose their perception anyways. So it's, yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but something
Oh,
like
it's good. I love it. That's amazing. Because it's true. It's really true. Being aware of our emotional sense and being aware of where we are in our evolution is
yeah,
huge.
yes,
Because um, I don't believe in self beat up.
and self what?
Self beat up.
Oh, self
I
beat.
don't, yeah, I don't
Yeah,
believe in it.
yeah,
I had to learn when I went through hardships in my life and some relationships changed in my world. I had to learn to stop hurting myself over it and going,
yeah.
oh, I should have done
Self
this.
judgment.
Oh my gosh. And yeah,
Yeah,
self-judgment,
I'm
just
I know. I'm like
beating yourself up like,
recently working through that.
that kind
It's
of
like
thing. And just punishing and, spanking yourself constantly. That hurts. That
I
doesn't
know.
actually
It doesn't
work.
serve you. It doesn't serve, right?
No.
No.
And something that I learned is when you do that, it actually takes your energy down.
It makes what?
It takes your energy down and it makes you less aware of
Yeah.
what's going on.
True. True. It
Because
just like
whenever your
throws you
energy,
in the mud, right?
yes, whenever your energy goes down, if you buy into it and it stays there
Right.
and you don't pop it back up, you're not noticing what's really going on.
Yeah, I just had like epiphany there. Maybe that could be contributing to some of the mud that I've been walking through lately. But
Cool,
I
you
have been
had
working on it. Yay!
congratulations. Woohoo! Self-awareness. I love it. That's
I
awesome.
kind of like now just I now get like a playful and wishful just for the feel goods of it, right? Like it's like I don't care if this is right or wrong or how I think this should be. Like I want this to happen, or I imagine it happening, right? The feeling of like, this is gonna go this way,
That's awesome.
and it's just for that feeling of like, yeah, that feels nice to have it go that way. I don't know,
So
in my mind.
cool. I that's one of the things I get to do more of. I love that thought.
Yeah,
That's really cool. Yeah, I do some of it, but not like what you're doing right now. That's amazing.
yeah, it's been helpful. Um, that's what's real, folks, is emotions and
Yay.
feelings.
That's right.
That's what's
Emotions
real.
are amazing.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, that's the
Ah, this has been an awesome talk.
we did
This has been
like
fun.
almost an hour. Oh my god.
I know, isn't this crazy? I didn't think it was going to go this long. I was like going, yeah, we'll do
It's like
15
15
minutes.
minutes.
Yeah. Well, whenever we get together, we just go pop, 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 pop,
I know,
pop,
I know, I know.
chatter, chatter. We just talk about shit, which is fun.
Yeah.
It can be really enlightening, which is kind of fun. So I hope you guys have been watching, if anyone's watching, if we've actually been,
Very much.
you know, I hope you've gotten something out of this too, which would be kind of
Yay.
fun. So, anyways, if you are watching and if we do share this,
Right, right.
please follow, like, comment, do stuff. so that this can actually reach more people, because that's kind of what the intention is reaching more people to be able to be more conscious beings and, let people know they're not alone. Because us energy humans, we do have a way of actually trying to cut ourselves off from the world and,
Right.
I gotta protect myself. But,
Right. It's a
that
little
doesn't help.
right.
Oh, I'm all alone. Dear Lord,
You're
it's
not.
not good.
It's not good.
No.
What's your intention with these? Where do you want to see these podcasts going? What's your intention there?
My intention for these podcasts is to expand people's pineal gland and expand people's life into being able to get more of what they desire in world,
Right.
and also with self, as well as be able to stabilize life and be able to have that life that we want to bring up our life. We want things to actually be created more within our world. So, and I thought of this podcast years upon years ago, but it never became a reality until now. So I would like to have this be a way and a place for people to come to and actually hear or talk about the real stuff, the energy stuff, the life stuff, what brings in the balance, what actually creates the wholeness of our being
Right.
and stabilizes us.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like to see.
Well, I think you're. Um, I love your style of things, even though we're still getting to know exactly what that style is in some ways. But I see like a very um, balanced, like, community. You're not like a diva or a star. Like, there's a lot of podcasters in the spiritual world too, like, that are kind of the divas, and we love divas. We love them, but like, and like, you got some diva energy too, but like,
Okay.
you got inclusive. It's not just you. Like, it's more than just you. Like, sort of energy. If that makes sense.
Yes, totally. It's, yeah, being alone in this world is lonely. You need to have more humans and connection, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's big. Energetics is huge. So, yeah, yay.
Yay.
Woohoo. So, thank you for listening. This has been great.
Apparently, I
Thank you
like
for
to talk.
it's been awesome. What?
I said apparently I like to talk.
Oh, you're not alone. Get me on the right subject and I'll go for it.
I know, right?
So, thank you everybody for listening. And my wish for you today, and thank you, Jesse, for actually being here. This is awesome, and thank you. Let's definitely do this again. This was really cool. I loved how it kind of ebbed and flowed and talked about all sorts of subjects. So, thank you. And for those of you who are watching, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. This is amazing. And I wish you to have an incredible rest of your day and a wonderful day tomorrow with amazing good energy. And sending love. Love you. Yes, energy waves. Yes, we like the energy waves. Sending good energy waves and energy your way. So thank you for being here on Let's Talk Real, and talk to you later, babies. Okay, here's the stop. Okay, bye.